So, folks, are we witnessing a moment of what they call meaningful media? The COVID-19 pandemic and the protests created what many believe is an unprecedented time. And we know the consumer's attention is no longer undivided. Everyone's watching. So should media tilt more toward empathetic tone? Or would that actually cloud the neutrality that was a hallmark of the Fourth Estate? On this, I want to bring in District Media President Beverly Hallberg. Beverly, you know, it's really interesting. I mean, every time I toggle around the channels, no matter what the topic is, there's a different tone and almost a completely different interpretation of the news, when many are now saying that there should be more empathy. What's your thoughts?
Well, marketing is about connecting, and I think it's good when brands can connect with the struggles that people are facing in 2020. Empathy is a good thing. However, I do think in our very polarized environment that we're in, that companies do have to be careful. For example, it's good to come out and show support of us celebrating the end of slavery on Juneteenth, but at the same time, something like Black Lives Matter and whether a company is willing to say anything about that gets really tricky. They may want to align themselves with the mentality that Black lives are important, but they may want to distance themselves from the political organization Black Lives Matters. So they're really in this difficult position of wanting to connect with what people are feeling, but knowing that in a very polarized environment, that could actually turn off customers if they don't handle it the correct way.
And what about the news media? Because, you know, we saw where there were obviously the majority of the peaceful protests. I think a lot of it was because it happened during the day, but at night, the anarchists and everyone else kind of usurped it, the rioting, the looting. But all of it was described in such a manner that it's such a sympathetic manner that you're watching someone's livelihood, a small business, go up in flames. And so, you know, I feel like you can cross a divide there where you're no longer even giving the news, but you might have actually be encouraging the wrong things.
Yeah, I hold the news media responsible for a lot of the inaccurate reporting. They may have only shown one side and not the full picture. It is okay to talk about the horrors of George Floyd being killed and also talk about it being horrific that small businesses are being looted. I know me personally, one of the businesses I go to 1 block away from where I live, a little grocer, all their windows were bashed in. They're still boarded up. And these are businesses that are already struggling, as we know, from COVID-19. So I do think the media has a responsibility to report the full story. I don't think that's always getting out there. And I think that not only can scare people about what is actually taking place or not concern them enough if they think everything is peaceful.
Beverly, thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Charles.
All right, folks.